Hold on. Hello, everybody. Sorry. My name is John Mike, and today... What? Probably a map. Oh. Sorry. My name is John Mike, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about alternate characters in videos, or real or living mascots, sentient mascots, etc., etc. One of the key factors of one of the most defining features of a living mascot is the fact that, well, they're completely separate from you yourself. Like, say if you have a character, so let's take probably the most famous example of this into account. Stupid thing. Copy, paste, Riggy the rabbit monkey. So Riggy has shown multiple times, in-stream, out-stream, otherwise, to be completely sentient and opposite from Dano, his creator. This essentially makes him a separate character which you could actually make tons of characters on. Tons of storylines on, because he isn't specifically you. He is a character which you can put, emotions onto, and instead of just putting you in separate scenarios, you put your character into separate scenarios. And so it's not like, oh, I went on this magical story, which sounds a lot less realistic because it's happening to an actual human being who exists. Then my character, who I have made, goes on a wacky fictional adventure, which makes sense because they are wacky and fictional as well. This is obviously always in books, unless it's a true story, but I want to talk about in the sense of, hold on a second, YouTubers, or as a whole. Because as Dano Draws is an actual YouTuber, a lot of other YouTubers have their own as well. It's not as common, or it's not as popular as just having an alternate image which you can slap onto yourself and just call it a day. No. I'm talking about completely separate character, completely separate emotions, completely separate person. Like the Riggy example. Well, just for example. A couple other things aside. I have myself a character, and their defining characteristics is box head, orange outside, screen, and purple screen. Obviously, I can pull up a much heavier, detailed version than that. Didn't save. Like, on this this picture, or not crop, select and be gone. Select, or not select that. Select, be gone. And if we look at this screen, just hold on. Let me just remove that. There we go. Let me just shape out the lines a bit more. So here is my character. And, well, I've been thinking of making this guy into an actual character, but I've never been able to do it, because, so far, or when I was first starting out the channel, I already had, my own kind of quote-unquote actual secondary character. And that was my editor self. I was lonely, okay? And frankly, after I got rid of my editing software, because it plastered a massive watermark onto any of my uploads, I thought, and I realized, hey, I should make this guy into a character. But before taking that into consideration, we need to consider what I like to call the three, or I don't know, the 3 steps to making a semi-good character for YouTube uploads. Very creative name, I know. Let me just fix this guy up. Look, it's a lot cleaner when I actually make it into, or him into an actual character, or it. Them, into an actual character. And the first step is make emotions. So to start off, we need to first of all define what your character, or what your character's emotions will, or emotional state will be. And there are multiple separate or emotional states, like, I mean, there's the child, who is essentially like bouncy, happy, joyful, maybe a tiny bit of murder. The judgmental, sassy one, kind of just judging your every move. Kind of like those Siri rap battle ones which keep appearing in my shorts feed. Can't really get those out of my feed. There's the mute one who can't really express emotions, but, not really an emotion. You get my idea. The point is that your character needs to have some kind of emotional traits which they stick to. And actually, while you're at it, if you want to make a character, then you take the character, you make another slate of that character, and if, say you chose the judgmental one, you'd probably have Bruh. You'd probably have Bruh the sequel, and you'd probably have and you'd have Facepalm, and those would hypothetically be, like, you can play them throughout the video, you can, like, that's basically it. But it's good to have a reel of a character's facial expressions, emotions. Let's go actually back to Riggy the Rabbit Monkey. Okay, so going back to Riggy the Rabbit Monkey, we have hands on hips, we have like the waving, we have the junk, I guess. I don't know. But my point with this is that no matter what character trait your character does have, they need to have some kind of facial expressions. Whether they have no eyes, whether they have their mouth, whether they have their nose. Well, I guess not including a nose would be a pretty good art choice. Because in my experience, if you're drawing a nose on a character, then it's either going to be or it's either going to be too big, too small, or what the hell is that? So the second step is art.
A little regular chat with a friend can make...
The second step is art expertise. So, say you were me. Back when I first wanted a YouTube channel. Well, I didn't have this mascot, but after I got this mascot, I thought, well, my art style when it comes to digital art, well, I've never used it before. So I may just use this box, those weird swirly things, bam, done. But later on, I thought, well, I'm getting pretty, decently good at digital art because I'm making all this stuff. Why don't I give my creation a body? And granted, this is not the body which I'm going to go with when he actually comes in. This is just a beta design which I plan on using if I ever make a series on him, which I probably will, considering about how much stuff I've made using only PowerPoint. Anyway, so you need to take account when creating an original character or their YouTube or a living mascot. You need to take into account how good you are at drawing digitally, because you can't just draw on paper and use that because it's paper. We don't have paper YouTube or paper Twitter. Paper Mario Bros. Anyway, so if you're decently good but you're bad at drawing legs, cut out the legs. If you're decently bad at drawing mouths, cut out the mouths. If you're bad at drawing eye movements, cut out the eyes. If you're going to design a character, design it if you don't have any struggles drawing, then hey, go wild. But if you don't, take the fact that you're designing this character instead of anyone else, take that into advantage. You get to decide what the aspects is on this character. So hey, if you're bad at drawing eyes, make them blind. If you can't draw mouths, make them just have eyes. Because if I ever made this into a series, I didn't want to draw mouths, because they're mouths. So I just cut out the eyes, and that was that. Or mouth. And frankly, that's the whole message of this. If you want to design a character, but you're bad at drawing something, then don't draw it. The final step, copyright. So, say this. You're wanting to do a character. You're wanting to make them... You're wanting to make them a mouse. And you don't want to just give them a big tail. That is just too mouse. So instead, you give them, massive ears. You give them humongous ears, right? And you're like, well, we have a mouse, but it's just not... it's still too mouse. We need to make this marketable. So you give that mouse... You give that mouse red suspenders, and you give them big shoes. That is Mickey Mouse. And then Christopher Copyright will jump down from his place in the title and... God damn it. And he'll say, "No, this is just Mickey Mouse." And then he'll delete it and sue you. Where's the gavel when you need it? Finally. And then he'll sue you. Bonk. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna sue you, you're gonna lose all your money, and then you're gonna become homeless. So, you've got to not get on Christopher Copyright's bad side. Shoop. Oh no. And so what do you do to not get on Christopher Copyright's bad side? Well, you cross-reference your character. You look at Google, or RPGX in my case, and you try and search for characters who essentially you think could be close to your character. So say, hold on a second, I need to find a character to copy. Say you wanted to make a character, a certain character. They are a bear. They are an animatronic. They are owned by a company which has gone bankrupt, and it is in the Kids of the 80s Nightmares. Then you Google that, and it'd say, no, that's not right. You're thinking of Billy Bob Bear from Chuck E. Cheese. Definitely what everyone was thinking. Seriously though, if there's anything that YouTube takes seriously, it's A, not taking their job seriously, quote from the SS Sniper situation, and many others, just that one in particular, and it's copyright. Because YouTube investors, they don't want to see people who are getting copyright claims from other people, and that is not only going to cost them money, that's going to make the YouTube investors think, this is not stonks. And YouTube wants them to think, yes, this is very stonks. So, what you have to do, if you want to make that YouTube money and not get booted off the platform for the rest of your life, just make sure you don't get a copyright claim, okay? No one wants to see that. Absolutely no one, except judges. I guess that's the main reason they get paid. But anyway, that was the 3 reasons why, or the 3 things you should take into consideration when you're making your OC. For me, following these 3 steps, I've already checked. As far as I'm aware, there is no character which is a robot who wears a hoodie and is associated with the colours orange and purple. Or at least I hope so. Their character trait is going to be pretty laid back, but at the same time, it all depends on their power levels, really. I think that the time is going to affect what character traits I'm going to give this guy. Like, if it's late at night, they're going to be moody, sassy, because they just want to get sleep at this point. But if it's new in the morning, they're going to be freshly charged, it's a new day, etc, etc. And to be honest, I completely forgot. Oh yeah, frankly, the reason why I chose hoodie and jeans especially is so that I don't have to work with exposed wiring. They don't want exposed wiring, I don't want exposed wiring, and oh dear. Started booting up. I'm going to get them a body. Thanks for watching, everyone. I need to hurry.